Everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. Today, my friend Matt is visiting. He is the previous owner of the Mercury Mystique, so I think he's happy that it's in good hands now.
Yeah.
You know, about to crack 250,000 miles. This is his new vehicle. It's a 2005 Nissan Xterra V6 4-liter, and he brought it over because his check engine light just came on, and we're just doing a little diagnosing. So the code stored, let's show the code here, P0430, catalyst efficiency low on bank 2. Now Matt said that he scanned it himself a couple days ago and he actually had two codes, the 420 and 430, but right now it's just the 430. So in this case we want to look at our oxygen sensor data. And we took it for a test drive, different driving, full throttle, coast, steady throttle, and just comparing bank 1 downstream and bank 2 downstream. The upstream is our air-fuel ratio sensor, so we don't expect an oscillation like we would on a regular oxygen sensor system. However, we can compare apples to apples here, and we see there's a lot more activity on bank 2 compared to bank 1. So, the bank 2 converter, catalytic converter, is definitely less efficient than the bank 1. So, you can actually see some features here, like these dropouts that were not present on bank 2. And we can look at more data here. There's definitely more activity right there. I mean, they're very similar, so I wouldn't be surprised if, bank 1 is also kind of losing the efficiency, but right now we're more worried about bank 2. Now, what I want to do is do a controlled experiment. We are going to install a spark plug defouler. Now, I know, this isn't necessarily legal, but you know what? He has the off-road package, so it's only off-road use only. And here's what they look like. You can get them at your local auto parts store for a few bucks. And what I'm going to do is drill out the center there so the hole is, bigger than that little guy. But the threads are actually the same as a standard oxygen sensor, which is very convenient. So, in theory, the oxygen sensor, you kind of remove it from the exhaust stream so the response is delayed, and then the computer thinks that, hey, the catalyst is more efficient because there's more delay between the upstream and the downstream. That's the theory. So let's get one of these modified. We have to figure out which bank is bank 2. Install this thing and take it for another test drive and see if our graph shows any difference. So first I want to double check which bank is bank 2, and for that we can go to our handy guided component test meter and fuel injection, ignition tests, component information, and usually they have the firing order in here. Alright, there we go. Cylinder 1 location. It is on the passenger side, so that's bank 1, so we're worried about the driver's side. This is bank 2. So we're going to get under the vehicle, hopefully remove this downstream sensor without too much carnage, and install our spark plug defouler. Alright, so what we're going to do is drill out the hole in the defouler here to the maximum size of, I think it's 1/2 inch. They're aluminum, so they drill pretty easy, which is nice. Keep going up in steps here. Alright, whew! Broke a sweat there. Usually they drill out a little faster than that if you have a good drill. That's what it looks like. Basically, the oxygen sensor is going to sit right in there. Let's go ahead and install this guy. Alright, well, the sensor is in. There's the spacer. Now all we need to do is plug in the scanner and go for a test drive. Alright, so truck is running. There's our P0430, so let's clear that out. Alright, continue. Now let's look at our data. Yep, there's our upstream and downstream. And then, I guess, air-fuel ratio sensors we don't really care about. Oh. Make that full screen there. Alright, so I guess Matt will hold the scanner, and once we see something, we'll turn the camera on. Alright, so initially there's the bias voltage, and now the sensors are waking up. Now we see a lot more activity on which bank, Matt? Bank 1, right?
Yeah, bank.
The one that we didn't modify.
Yep.
So to me, that looks like it should take care of the problem for bank 2. Because now we see less activity on bank 2, right?
Yeah.
Comparatively.
Yeah, bank 2 is on the left.
Mm-hmm.
Not much going on.
So those defoulers, sometimes the sensor gets too far from the exhaust, and then you get like a low activity code or lazy oxygen sensor. Yep. I like it. So you're going to drive it around. If your check engine light comes back on for a P0420, right, and if bank 2 is happy, then we'll just do the same modification on bank 1, and then you won't need to buy new catalytic converters.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, right? This is a 6-speed manual, by the way, so keep the manuals alive, right?
Yep.
So see now bank 1, you can see a lot more activity, up and down squiggles. That's probably the computer doing the cat efficiency test, so I assume it should be happy with bank 2. Alright, we'll drive it back to the shop, make sure there are no pending codes, and ship it. So during light throttle, there seems to be more activity on bank 2 still, which is curious. And you're sure it had a P0420, right, Matt, before?
Yeah.
2 codes stored?
Yep.
Interesting. So maybe it's pretty stringent on its cat requirements. Alright, so we're back at the shop. No codes at the moment. I want to see generic functions. See if these monitors, readiness monitors, are, if the catalyst monitor ran during this drive cycle. I think it should have. We did some light cruising. And if it did, it should be in good shape. So completed since DTC is cleared. catalyst test complete. So on this drive cycle it ran, it was happy. So the only one that's not complete is evap O2 sensor. So for O2 sensors, I think from a cold start it monitors how fast they wake up. So hopefully that defouler didn't slow down the downstream enough to, you know, set another code in another monitor, but catalyst seems to be doing okay. So with that, we'll let Matt drive the truck for a few days until all the monitors are set and the check engine light. You know, if it doesn't come on, then we'll call it fixed for now. But otherwise, thanks for watching and see you next time.